Hi, I'm Mark Langang. I'm a real estate advisor based in Bellevue, and I help homeowners understand what they can actually do with their property. Especially now that zoning and development rules are changing fast across Washington state. Today, I want to talk about a new law that just passed. And if you own a property in Seattle, Bellevue, Kirkland, or any Eastside suburb, this is something you'll want to know about. What's the big deal? Washington just passed something called House Bill 1403, also known as the Condo Reform Bill. It might sound boring or complicated, but here's why it matters. It just got way easier, legally and financially, to build and sell small condo projects. And that's a big deal for homeowners, landowners, and developers alike. In plain English, if you own a piece of land, especially in a city or suburb, there are now more options for what you can do with it, and more ways to attract developers or builders who want to work with you. Before this law passed, building condos in Washington, even small projects, was kind of a nightmare. If a builder wanted to build, say, 6 or 8 condos on a small lot, they were treated the same as if they were building a 200-unit high-rise. Same legal risk, same expensive insurance, same confusing paperwork. That made it almost impossible to justify the risk on a small scale. So instead, you often just get big rental apartment buildings or tall townhomes with lots of stairs, because condos weren't worth the legal headache. That meant fewer affordable homes for buyers and fewer options for landowners like you. Now, thanks to House Bill 1403, smaller projects, 12 units or fewer, get a much easier path. Here's what's different. Less legal risk for builders. They don't need to worry about lawsuits years later. They can use private insurance-backed warranties like a 210 plan instead of dealing with the state's messy warranty laws. Simpler paperwork. The process is way more straightforward. That saves time and money. Easier to build, stacked flats. This is huge. The law specifically makes it easier to sell units like stacked flats or small clusters of condos, which weren't practical before. Let me give you an example from my own experience. Over the years, I've helped sell a lot of new construction townhomes here in the Seattle area. And while they're great for many buyers, they almost always have 3, 4, or even 5 levels of stairs when you include the rooftop deck. And that's kept a lot of people, especially older adults and downsizing seniors, from moving into walkable neighborhoods where they want to be. They love the location, they love the new construction, but the stairs, that's a deal breaker. This new law opens the door to a better alternative, stacked flats. Homes that are built on top of one another, like you'd see in cities like Chicago or Boston, where each one is a single level unit. That means someone can live in a condo with an elevator or just a few stairs, and still be close to family, walkable restaurants, medical care, transit, everything. And if you're sitting on a lot in a good neighborhood, that kind of housing is much more likely to be built because it's finally profitable and legally safe for builders to take on. So if you're holding on to a piece of property, whether it's a rental, an inherited lot, a tear down, or even just extra land on your block, this law could change what it's worth and what's possible. You might be sitting on land that could support 4, 6, or even 8 condo units that are now way more attractive to developers. Now look, if you own a property in Seattle, Bellevue, or anywhere on the east side, and you're getting letters, calls, or texts from developers or investors, you're not alone. But here's what most people don't realize. Not every developer has the same business model. Some are looking to build rentals, some want to build townhomes, some want to build luxury homes, others just want to flip the land. And every one of them is going to offer you a number that works for them, not necessarily you. Before you sell, you deserve to understand what your land is actually worth, not just based on the square footage, but based on what can be built under the new rules. I've helped homeowners sell for hundreds of thousands of dollars more by understanding the highest and best use for their property, and by knowing which developers are willing to pay top dollar for the right opportunity. That's the kind of clarity and leverage I bring to the table. So, if you're even thinking about selling or just curious what your land might be worth, click on the link in the description and book a free consultation with me. No pressure, just real insight based on real experience. You've only got one shot to get this right. Let's make sure you do.